Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I have come up with this really simple clutch and it's got the accordion folder style and it's so easy to make that I wanted to share with you guys. Now I haven't completed decorating because I want to decorate with you guys. I've got things ready to be glued and things which I will do a little later on. But I really wanted to show you how simple it is and how fast it is to make this. I really think this is a really nice Happy Mail idea that could be used. When you open it up, you have all of this area to fill it with goodies for your friends. And I really love the way the side looks as well. Now I am using some beach theme papers because I am working on many things to do with the beach sunny days theme at the moment. And this paper is not part of Maggie Holmes Sunny Days, but it has many of the beach theme components like the sandpaper and the seashells and the rocks and stuff. And I want to mix the Maggie Holmes embellishment pieces to decorate this clutch that I have made. But I want to show you how easy and fast it is to make. Now my inspiration came from American Crafts video, a lady named Bea Valint. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. She made a mini album using the Pebbles Kit at Heart collection. And so I was inspired to try to make something like that, but instead of using every component that she used, I was wanting to come up with a simpler, faster project. So that's how I came about my clutch. So let's go ahead and show you the papers that I have chosen for my 4 sections of the clutch. So I am going to be using this swimming pool one here, or the ocean where there's lots of lovely ladies floating and swimming. And there is this pattern from the Maggie Holmes Sunny Days. There was a polka dot one, and there was a watermelon one. Now some of these pattern paper goes by certain direction. So when you're using pattern paper that's like this, it really doesn't matter which way you cut the paper. It's so simple and easy. But when you're using a certain paper like this, and you want the swimming ladies to go and show in certain direction, you have to make sure that you cut the paper sideways. So you know the top part where there's a border strip? So I took it to my guillotine this way. I turned it around, making sure that the border side is on that side, on this side. So I had to cut 10 by 8. So it's 10 by 8. So if your pattern needs to be in certain way, you need to make sure that the direction is right. So in my case, I needed my direction to be like this because I am going to be folding it like this eventually, and I want the ladies to look this way. So you'll get to see what I mean. But so I had to make sure that the direction is right. So I had to cut that 10 by 8, and I did that to 4 sheets. So I'm going to start scoring now. And also for the closure part, this is quite a long closure part, and I really like the way it is like this because it also supports the backside to be more stronger and sturdier as well. And I have layered 2 different sheets together and stitched all around because it makes the closure flap stronger also. But for the closure strap, you really don't have to go about measuring and things again, because when you're cutting a 12 by 12 sheet to get the 10 by 8, whatever longer strip that remains after cutting the paper, that's the paper that you're going to use. So for example, this was like this, let's say. So it would have been like that, something like that, as a 12 by 12. So I cut out 10 by 8. Because I needed this side to be 8, this is the remaining 4 inch. So I can use this for my closure if I want to. So the 8-inch side, we're going to score at 5 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inch. And because I only have a small scoring board, I move my paper up and I continue my scoring line. And then I turn it around. And then I score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch. Move the paper up and continue the scoring line. And then on the 10-inch side, I am going to be scoring at 5 inch. And we're going to fold it in half like this. And then we're going to cut the third line like this. And with the number of pockets for your clutch, you can decide to make as many as you want. I did 4, but doesn't mean you have to do 4. You can go for 6 or even 5 or even 7 or even 8. You can also change the size of the pocket. You can even work with a 6 by 8 instead of 8 by 10. The tutorial that I got inspired from when Bea Valint was making her mini album, she was using the 6 by 8 size, and she made 12 pockets, you guys, for her mini album. But I wanted a bigger pocket so I can add some gifts, like crafty goodies and embellishments and things inside. That's why I needed to make a bigger pocket. So now I'm going to cut the paper at the angle so it's easier to glue nicely. Oops. Cut it nicely. And now I need to glue. Let's glue. Now here in Gold Coast, Australia, we have entered autumn, but people in Gold Coast here, they are not going to be wearing long sleeve for a very long time. I guess it's pretty much like summer weather still, but the great thing is that the humidity that I really don't like has gone now, because we've entered the autumn, which I'm very, very happy about, you guys. I really don't like the humidity. It's awful, I'm telling you. So that's all you have to do. Just simply glue it together like that. And now we have another pocket. See? Now I'm gonna stop the camera and make some more pockets, and I will be back. Okay, so now I want to glue my embellishments or decorative pieces to complete decorating my clutch, my beach clutch. So you know that I have been fussy cutting these umbrellas from the Sunny Days collection, and I want to use that as well. I absolutely love that pattern paper. There was also a large 12 by 12 where it had lots of large alphabet words. Now the summer word was actually spaced out too much. So what I did is I shortened the gaps by gluing it behind one another. And then I fussy cut around the edges of the outside to be able to use this summer word. And I have chosen some chipboard pieces. This is a lemon piece and a sunglass piece. And I am also going to be using more chipboard pieces from this 12 by 12 sheet. So I have decided that I'm going to be using the ice cream one. And I also want to use this little flower pieces here. This one, the yellow one and the pink one and the peach one as well. So let's go ahead and start gluing. I also have this lovely silver trim, but I thought it actually looked like fishnet to me. So I'm going to be incorporating that also. So for this umbrella piece, I want to add to the top of my clutch closure piece like that. And I also want to use this silver netting behind my circular piece like that. That's what I want to do. So I have to sort of like know where to glue it. I have to sort of position it. So I am going to be gluing down this first because this has to go at the bottom. So I'm going to sort of glue it there. Sort of put the glue a little bit there. Now make sure when you're using hot glue gun, make sure you don't burn your hands. So what I do is I like to put my glue gun temperature on low heat, like on number 1 instead of number 2. And then I just lightly touch it. And then I want to put this on top. But because I have this net here, if I just glue that on top, it might not look as nice. So I kind of want to add some dimension at the bottom. So I am going to need some of the foam bits. And this is just way too large to use. So what I can do is just cut it into bits and use it. So I want some at the bottom here. And I want some at the bottom there. And I want some over here as well. Take that bit off. So that because the top area here is the height's going to be balancing with the net if I put the dimension at the bottom. So now what I need to do is take these bits off. And then we need to add the glue. So I'm going to add glue to the foam bits first, because that helps me position it down onto the closure part nicely. And then I just have to take it off from the Velcro and use my hand to flatten it down onto it really nicely. I love adding different textures to my projects, so that's why I really love trims and laces, not just because they look really beautiful as it is on their own. When you add it to the paper project, it just becomes extra special in my eyes. So that's what we have so far. Now I am going to add the word summer at the bottom. This is just going to be simply glued on there. So with the glue gun, they do dry fast. So I am going to work with a couple letters at a time and just lift it up like this and glue some down again like that. And then let's finish off the rest of the bit and glue it down. So that's how I like to work with my glue gun. Now we are up to here like this, and I'm really loving it already. I want to use the lemon piece and the sunglass chipboard. I have already layered the sunglass piece on top of the lemon. And I want to put it somewhere between the two M's, or between M and E. So I have got to kind of see, do I want it here or do I want it here? And I'm thinking I want it between the M and the E, towards the right side of my clutch a bit. So I'm going to do that. Like that. And I also want my third element. I like to work with the threes. So I'm going to use this foiled heart piece. And I am going to add some glue. And I'm going to balance the height by putting it underneath the sunglass piece, like that. So that the sunglass end part has somewhere to land on as well. And it makes it nice and flat as well. So I have that piece now done. I want to decorate the top. So now I am going to be using this pink floral piece. The reason why I thought this was perfect is because this umbrella has some pink color in it already. So I want to just place it simply in the middle. These backings you can easily peel off if you want to. But sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And then I have this yellow one, which I want to add to here. But then you gotta think about, do you want the flower like that? Or do you want the leaf to be at the bottom? Or do you want the leaf to be at the top? Or do you want the leaf to point towards the other leaf? You've got to think about that. But I think I am just going to... No, I've got to think about, because I want to add the ice cream and the peach as well. I got to kind of position that too. And then think about where I want the leaf part. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna... So I just wanted to share with you guys how I go about doing things. I kind of don't like how everything's pointing that way. So I'm going to put the middle one like this. And also, after gluing everything down, you can also make it even more nicer by adding little tiny iridescent dots or gem stickers that you like. So let's glue the ice cream down. And I want this to be a peach flavored ice cream. That's why I chose this. Now, if I put the leaf on top of the ice cream, the leaf part on top of the ice cream, then I'm going to have a lot of gap at the bottom. So I need to add some foam bits. Now, you don't have to just use this sort of foam bit. You can also use the outer frame part as well. So you're not wasting anything. I don't like to waste things at all. So what I do is I just simply cut the pieces and add it behind like this. Ooh, watch out, don't burn your fingers. See, now you have some foam bits that you can balance the height. And then I'll put the glue on the leaf part so I can do this nicely. And take it off the Velcro so I can push it down nicely. Now we don't need all of those bits anymore, and they always like to stick to me. So now I have completed decorating my beach clutch, you guys. And now I can go ahead and fill the pockets inside with lots of different things. I hope you have really enjoyed following along with me, and I hope you give this a go. It is such a simple way to do it. You do not need special dies to make this clutch, and it is so fun to decorate. And it's so fun to choose your pattern paper because you get to see the lovely pattern paper that you chose on the side as well. See? Alright everybody, I have completely decorated it and I really love this project. I have gone a little way overboard with the chipboard pieces for this cluster I did up here. So now it's become a little bit heavier than my intention, but I think it's super pretty. I really love it. And I have double layered this blue tool here. This tool here, because when I first layered one piece, I couldn't see the light blue and I really wanted the light blue to show on top of the white paper, so I added another layer and I really liked that effect. And originally when I was thinking of this area, I was thinking of using a lot of the fussy cutout shell pieces, but I ended up only using 2 instead of 4 like I wanted to originally. And I also ended up putting this Take Me Somewhere chipboard on top of the whole cluster, which I think it's very, very nice. And I love the finishing touch of these Say It Like Crystal's gem stickers. I really love it. And I've also added this from the Happy Hearts collection. And I really love how it accents this love part here, which was also from a large 12 by 12 sheet from the Maggie Holmes Sunny days. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out. I love the patterns that you can see on the side. And you can open it up and it's going to be filled with things in there. So I really love this project so much and I hope you guys give this a go. And this is the other one that I decorated with you guys. I showed you how I decorated this. I really love the color combination of this as well. And I really love how I can incorporate fussy cutout images from the paper pad. Thank you so much everybody for being here and spending time with me. I truly appreciate it all. Bye.